when the court is looking at the analysis of child custody, the only question that is before the court is what is in the best interest of the child.
So in that case, the parents are less important than the child. যখন একটা অ্যাটর্নিকে অ্যাসাইন করা হয়, তো হি হ্যাজ দ্য রাইট, তার যদি অ্যাডাল্ট হয় বাচ্চাটা, তার সঙ্গে কথা বলতে পারবে এবং অ্যাকর্ডিংলি দে ডিসাইড, রাইট? বাচ্চার কাস্টডি মানে বাচ্চাটার যে ভরণ পোষণ যেখানে হবে চাইল্ড কাস্টডি অথরিটির কাছে কীভাবে আমরা করবো সেটা, এগুলো এটা কিন্তু বাচ্চার জন্যই করা হয়ে থাকে, দ্য বেস্ট ইন্টারেস্ট অফ দ্য চাইল্ড। তো এটা ব্যাপারে আমাদের অ্যাটর্নি সুরাইয়া, উনি যথেষ্ট অভিজ্ঞ এলেনে এবং উনি প্রায়ই সে ধরনের কেস করেন। তো সুরাইয়া, আপনাকে বিনীত অনুরোধ, প্লিজ।
Thank you. So when the court is looking at the analysis of child custody, the only question that is before the court is what is in the best interest of the child, not what is in the best interest of the mother, what is in the best interest of the father. No, it is what is in the best interest of the child. And in most cases, it is the best interest of the child to have a relationship with both parents. A lot of times in our community, I see complaints that, the other parent did this, the other parent did that. But at the end of the day, this is a partner that you chose to have children with, and you made that decision to have children with them. So now you have to raise your child or children with this other person. So the other person might not be perfect. They might have flaws, but you have to raise children with them. So the court will be looking at what is in the best interest of the child, and this could mean many different things, but that is the analysis that the court will make.
Yeah, one more thing. So in that case, the parents are less important than the child. They are always going how best they can support the child and he or she in a safe custody or safe place where they can have a nice, convenient and peaceful environment, right?
Exactly, where they're safe, where they are being fed, where they have shelter, and they're in a safe environment.
So let's say, is there any variations in the group, like age group from 5 to 11 or 12 in one sector, and then above those are going to high school level, like under 21, 16 and above, they have like predominant any segregation on the over there?
No, the analysis is still the same no matter the age of the child. The court will maybe take the child's opinion more into consideration, will give it more weight when the child is older, maybe in their late teens. But otherwise, the court does not ever want to see the child. The child should not ever be in court. The child should not even know that there's any kind of legal case going on. A lot of the times, if the court sees that there's something not a little dysfunctional in the home, if there is any allegation of abuse or drug use or alcohol use, they might appoint an attorney for the child. That means that the child will receive their own attorney, and that attorney will represent only the child or the children.
আমরা স্লাইড নাম্বার 3 দৃষ্টি আকর্ষণ করছি। অলরেডি আমরা স্লাইড 3 নম্বর নিয়ে কথা বলছিলাম, আমরা এখন আপনাদেরকে স্ক্রিনে দেখাচ্ছি। সেটা হচ্ছে নাও অ্যানাদার কোয়েশ্চেন, ইট প্রিটেন্ড টু বি ভেরি ভেরি এসেনশিয়াল টু নো, যেটা বাচ্চাদের, আই নো it's kept confidential, but the children, they don't know the case is going on, to in the best interest of their normal life carry on. So when the decision takes place, our question was, the child are asked any questions, do you want to stay with your parents, father or the mother? They take any will or from them?
Absolutely.
Any consent from them?
Absolutely not. So
no?
that question.
So let's say, this is between you and me. Let's say my child, she opted for you to stay with me. However, I have interest, of course, but she pretend to be very much inclined with you.
Yes, children are very impressionable, so even they don't know what's good for them. So that's why it's up to the adults in the situation, the parents, the judge, the attorney for the child, to decide for that child what is best for them. And as I mentioned earlier, it is to have a relationship with both parents. So, in your scenario, if the child wants to, live with me, it is still my responsibility to foster and to encourage a relationship with the other parent, with you, because that is what is best for the child. Otherwise, the child will be alienated from the other parent, which is also very traumatic for the child. So it's very important for both parents to encourage a relationship with the other parent. That's also a part of being a good parent.
Yeah. And this is the last question I'm asking. You mentioned here on the slide also, when is an attorney for the child appointed by the court? What it means? I mean, it is given an assignment by the court to an attorney?
Yes, in family court, this is it also happens in Supreme Court in a divorce, but since we're talking about family court today, it's an attorney that's on what we call an 18B panel. It's to no cost to any of the parties. They get assigned by the judge, and that attorney will communicate. If the children are old enough, the attorney might communicate directly with their client, the child, or they might, have to coordinate with either parent to speak to their client, who is the child.
ধন্যবাদ দর্শক, আপনারা শুনলেন অ্যাটর্নি সুরিয়ার কথা, যে কথাগুলো বললেন যে যখন একটা অ্যাটর্নিকে অ্যাসাইন করা হয়, তো হি হ্যাজ দ্য রাইট, তার যদি অ্যাডাল্ট হয় বাচ্চাটা, তার সঙ্গে কথা বলতে পারবে এবং অ্যাকর্ডিংলি দে ডিসাইড রাইট বাই দ্য অ্যাটর্নি ও হুএভার ইট ইজ অ্যাসাইন বাই দি কোর্ট। দর্শক, আমরা একেবারেই শেষ পর্যায়ে চলে আসছি অনুষ্ঠানের। খুব দ্রুতগতিতে আমরা শেষ করলাম আজকের অনুষ্ঠান। আপনাকে নিকি অনেক ধন্যবাদ আমাদের সঙ্গে থাকার জন্য। সর্বদা সবসময় আপনি আমাদেরকে সাহায্য করে থাকেন। ইউ আর সো ফেভারেবল, দেন অফকোর্স অ্যাটর্নি সুরাইয়া is going to be one of the rock star in our community with the immigration affairs and laws. So I wish you all the best.
নিউ ইয়র্ক থেকে সম্প্রচারিত TVN 24 টেলিভিশন, বিশ্বজুড়ে বাঙালির কণ্ঠস্বর।